Okay, so this is Ulysses I'm riding today. He is a Grand Prix school master, belongs to one of my clients, and he's a really nice, very correctly well-trained horse. So it's a honor to get to ride a horse like this that does everything so correctly and is so athletic. He's a lot of fun. So today we're going to start with Tempi changes. So I'm going to go ahead here, pick up the canter. So before I start anything, any movement, I always just think about my basics. So the basic quality of the gait, my corners, that first corner, I lost a little balance. That one was better, that I can ride him in a little shoulder for. I have a nice canter, that I check my position, so I got to get my left leg at the girth. I have a really bad habit about that. And now I'm on the left lead canter. So I start 4 Tempis always from the left lead. 1, 2, 3, aid. 2, 2, 3, aid. 3, 2, 3, aid. 4, 2, 3, aid. So that's how I count my changes. If you're doing 4 Tempis, you count to 3, and then when I say aid, I change my leg position for the new lead. If I'm going to do 3 Tempis, I count only to 2. You always count to 1 less number than the changes you're going to do. Try to keep your horse really straight and a little bit give the inside rein in every change. So I'm looking at K, 1, 2, and 2, 2, and 3, 2, and 4, 2, and 5, boy. And then the corners and the short side between your line of changes is so important. I'm going to do that again. So if you're not ready, take another 20-meter circle. Get your horse ready, get the canter how you want it, get the frame where you want it, get the corner, get straight to H. Now 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. Boy. For the 1 Tempis, it's just aid. You don't really count. So get him straight. No, I didn't like that because when I went on the diagonal, he's too much against my right leg. So I'm going to circle, come again. He's got to stay off my right leg onto that diagonal. Aid. Good boy. And he's good boy. He's really confirmed in all his changes. So even if I'm a little bit off, he usually does them for me. But good boy. The biggest thing with the Tempi changes is keeping your horse straight and then staying in the rhythm. So the rhythm of the canter should stay the same in your line of Tempi changes. A lot of horses will want to get faster in the line. You'll have to kind of half halt them back. Some horses will get slower in the line of Tempi changes, and you have to try to keep them a little bit quicker in the changes, because if the rhythm changes, then it makes it more likely that you're going to have a mistake, and it also makes it more likely that you as the rider are going to have trouble, because if the rhythm changes of the horse, then you have to change your rhythm and either speed up or slow down your counting. So some exercises that you can use to make your Tempi changes better one that I really like is doing them on a circle. So this is hard, but it really helps get the control, because lots of times your horse will not change or they'll fall off the line. So first off, I've got to get a better canter. He's too against my hand and leg. There, this is better. Always get that good canter going before you start your line of changes. Boy. Then I start preparing a change to the left, and I want to stay on the same circle line. Prepare a change to the right, testing that I can give up my rein. Now there's some horses walking by. He's a little distracted, so I'm trying to say, hey, focus. Prepare a change to the left. Good. Prepare a change to the right. Good. Prepare a change to the left. Good. So that's a really good exercise, like especially, good boy, if you have a horse that wants to get faster in the changes, or that gets like tight, like when your leg comes on for the change, if they get worried about your leg and want to kind of jump away from your leg, putting them on a circle like that is a really good exercise. It's also a good exercise if your horse has one change that's more expressive than the other. Like, let's say your horse has a really expressive change to the left and a really flat change to the right. You would go on a left-hand circle and do the changes to help improve the quality of your right flying change. Another good exercises for your Tempi changes to focus on the straightness is doing them on the rail. So I'll show that to you guys. Doing them on a rail just gives you a boundary to test your straightness. Sometimes if your horse isn't used to doing them on the rail, the first few times they're not gonna react because they're not thinking of changes on the rail. So I'm getting him straight. And it's also good, like when you work on the Tempi changes, sometimes just don't count, just go back and work on the single changes, because if you get too wrapped up in the count all the time, then the quality of your changes suffers. So here I'm just working that he's really straight, that each single change is really good quality and really good straightness. Oh boy. And then once you have that, you can put it back onto the diagonal line. And again, I'm not gonna ride Tempis, I'm just gonna ride single changes. Now he's a little strong, so I'm gonna half halt, wait, change, half halt, get him to wait. Good. So it's also, important to maintain that your horse is waiting for you, that they don't just take over and do the changes themselves. Oh boy.